Thank you very much for watching. We have a very special guest tonight. His name is Manfredo Gaed. Thank you very much, Manfredo. He's from Universal Trucks and Trailers, and he's going to talk about his experience in the company and what are the plans for the future. So please, Mr. Manfredo.
Thank you, Rafael. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you very much for the invitation, and looking forward to the great time that we're going to have here tonight.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So if you want to talk a little bit about Universal Trucks and Trailers, about history, what you guys do, who you guys are.
Sure. So Universal Truck and Trailer, we are part of the J.D. Irving Group, right? So we're in the Transportation and Logistics Division. The company has been around since 1976, so it's 47 years of operation. And for me, it's a pleasure to actually get the chance to see people who have started their career with UTT, have worked there their whole lives, and are now heading towards retirement. So for me, that's a great statement to see people that have stick to the same company their entire career. But UTT is a dealership, so we are a dealership of Freightliner and Western Star. And pretty much we operate in 3 different areas. So we do sales of trucks, new and used. We also work with sales of parts for those trucks. And of course, we do have the service side, which works with warranty and also just with regular services for truck and trailers. We also work with luxury RVs. So we work with vehicles class 6, 7, and 8. And currently UTT has 3 locations. Our headquarters is in Dieppe, in the city of Dieppe. That's where we have our largest shop. But we also have a branch in St. John. And just recently in December, we have opened a branch in province of Prince Edward Island in the city of Charlottetown. So we do have 3 locations. And as I said, it's a great, solid business who's growing and looking for more opportunities to grow and expand in the market.
Yeah, as Manfredo said, the company is part of JDI group of companies who has over 18,000 employees. So are you having a hard time finding people locally, and what's the hiring forecast for the coming years, and why are you guys going internationally?
Yeah, so recruitment has been a great challenge for everyone, right? The J.D. Irving Group, we do have nearly 20,000 full-time employees in US and Canada. And currently we have 905 openings. So most of those openings are in the Atlantic region. So it's really at our backyard. And finding technicians, which is the role we're going to be talking about tonight, has been a big challenge. We do have a limited pool of candidates currently in the province and in the region. And so that's why we're looking into bringing people from overseas to work with us. And so it is a big challenge, we know, but we do have I would say a great environment and great opportunities for those who are looking into starting a life in a new country, in a new region. So UTT has great opportunities to offer, and New Brunswick as a province has, I would say, great things to offer as well.
So you just mentioned, I just want you to repeat, how many positions that are open currently at JDI?
So we do have currently 905 positions open. Yeah, it's a big number.
Yeah. So about 1,000 positions are open right now. So if working as a mechanic, it's not your field, please be sure that JDI is hungry to hire, because that is a big need.
Absolutely, Rafael. I think that's a great thing for those who are thinking of migrating over here as well, because of course, most of the people will come with their families, right? So spouses, sometimes children or other family members who might join them. And we do have a lot of opportunities for people who come. So, I mean, you think of the mechanics who might come and start working here, but their spouses who will need jobs. And we're in a place where there are a lot of opportunities for the whole family, I would say, yeah.
I agree 100% with you, man. I saw it happening many times. People will come working for JDI, in the next minute, their spouse, the wives and husbands are working for the company as well. So can you talk a little bit about the requirements of a good and strong candidates to work for Universal Trucks and Trailer as a mechanic?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, of course, the first requirement that we have is we need experienced truck and trailer mechanics, right? So the requirement for someone to be able to come to the province and obtain the red seal, which is the certification, is 10,800 hours, working hours. Okay, so those hours need to be proved by a specific form that is provided by the apprenticeship program of the province. So that's the first thing. I mean, we need people with solid experience. The second requirement, I would say, is of course English. Candidates need to have the ability to speak and to communicate in English for two reasons. I would say they would need the English to actually come in and challenge the Red Seal. Of course, it's an exam that it's done in English. But they will also need English for immigration purposes, right? To qualify for one of the streams that we're going to be using, they will need a minimum level of English proficiency. And then I would say the third requirement is qualification. So I would say the province of New Brunswick, and that's a great thing, we not necessarily need to have candidates or to hire candidates who have a qualification in the trade industry, okay? So we might have a candidate who has, like, say, 20 years of experience and has a qualification that is not related to truck and trailer mechanics, and that candidate would still be able to apply for a Red Seal and to migrate to Canada, right? But there's a minimum requirement, which is high school, of course. I mean, if we have a candidate that has, a trade qualification or any sort of license, those are pluses that definitely, contribute to the application. But I mean, for a candidate to be able to migrate to Canada, the person will need at least high school level, which is grade 12. So I would say those are the basic requirements, yeah.
And whenever you guys receive the resume, so if you guys are interested in coming and working for Universal Trucks and Trailer, you guys are going to send us a resume. We're going to look at it. And if you have the right qualifications, we're going to send it to them. They're going to take a look. And if they think you are a strong candidate with a strong background, they will interview you online. So there will be an interview in March 3rd, right, Manfredo?
Exactly, March 3rd.
Yeah, we're going to speak with you over video conference, just so you know if it's the first experience with PEI Brazil and JDI group of companies. We do not charge anything. I'm Rafael Menezes from PEI Brazil. We do not charge anything from candidates. So the company, it's been in business since 1882, has over almost 20,000 employees. And to come to Canada with a work permit, it is a dream for many people. And you can be sure that you have a great, great company here that will not just give you a job offer, right, Manfredo? When you give a job offer, do you just ask them to take a visa, or do you go step by step with them?
So, of course, that's a great question, I would say. So our plan is to support candidates. So I would say the most difficult thing when you're thinking of a migration process is to get the job offer, right? So I would say that's the biggest thing. And that's, I would say, that the biggest support that we're going to give to candidates is, of course, a job offer. But there are some other steps that need to be taken for a process to be successful. JD Irving has an immigration team that actually supports us in helping those candidates. So, of course, we're going to do an assessment for PR readiness, because the candidates that we're going to use two streams, okay? We're going to be using AIP and PNP. And in those two streams, we're going to be applying for a work permit for a candidate and for permanent residence in parallel. So candidates will come. It's a little bit different than when you use LMIA. I know a lot of people might be familiar with LMIA, but with AIP and PNP, we're going to apply for a work permit and for permanent residency at the same time. So you're going to start working with your temporary work permit, but your permanent residency application will be processed in parallel. So I would say it would be I would say a good expectation that perhaps after a year of being in Canada, you might have your permanent residence in hands already. So I would say that's a great opportunity, because you're not going to have to come over here and wait for an opportunity to apply for permanent residency.
And like other companies that would hire internationally, they will use just LMIAs and not give opportunity to people stay in Canada and get permanent residence and eventually become citizenship here. So what you guys are offering is not temporary work. It's full-time work, and they will give you guys immigration process support. And the company also has a few benefits. And can you please talk a little bit about the benefits, the salary, and what you guys offer?
Yeah, absolutely, Rafael. So I love what you just said, right? So our intention, before I just describe the benefits that we currently offer, I mean, our purpose is to bring people who want to get settled, who want to remain in the province. Of course, we don't own anybody's future, right? We're free to decide where we want to go, but we're going to do everything that we have in our power to make sure the candidates come, that they feel home here in New Brunswick and working with UTT, so that they want to remain working with us. So that's our plan and that's our goal. And we're going to be doing everything in our power to actually help candidates successfully settle with UTT and in the province. But now talking about the benefits that we offer. So of course, we do have competitive wages, right? So we do have an hourly wage that is competitive and that rewards performance and qualification, I would say. But we do offer as well benefits such as dental, medical, critical condition, and drug benefits. We also offer our RSP match, which is a great thing for Canada. I don't know how many of you are familiar about Canada. I mean, a lot of people rely on our RSP for retirement. So what the company does is candidates contribute with a percentage of up to 5% of their earnings on every pay, and the company matches that contribution with another 5% pay. And that money is going to be growing and going to be a great support for retirement. That money can also be used for, purchase of your first home and a few other things, but that's not the point of our conversation here. But just want to bring that up, saying that that's a great thing. Not all companies offer that kind of support, right? On top of that, we are eligible for incentive bonus of up to 7%. That bonus is paid quarterly, and it depends on a number of factors, but it can go up to 7%. So I would say it's great to have that extra money every quarter. You do also get paid vacation. So our technicians get 3 weeks of paid vacation per year. So that's like 15 working days. They're entitled to some sick days in case something happens. We have 5 paid sick leaves, which are part of our package. On top of that, we offer boot allowance, tool allowance. We do offer paid training. So there are a number of trainings that our technicians can take, and those trainings can be taken during the working hours, so that's something that you don't see everywhere as well. And there are a few other perks that I like to mention. For example, we do have a fitness reimbursement program, which is great. For a family, you can get up to $450 of reimbursement if you sign up for a membership with your family. So there are a few other things, for example, like discounts. We got, as JD Irving employees, we get discounts when buying cars with Ford, with GMC, discounts on internet, on electricity. So there are a number of other perks that come with it. And I would say those are great benefits to have here in Canada.
So if you guys want to participate on the next interview on March 3rd, so you got to go to our Instagram, and you can find that at Atlantic Connection, or you can go to a Linktree/PEI Brazil, and you can request your online interview with Manfredo on March 3rd. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this. We are now going to start our conversation in Portuguese. So thank you very much. Please request your interview in English right now with Manfredo on March 3rd. Okay? So we will see you guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you very much for watching this.
Thank you. Good one.